Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Into Reverie Part 20. In the previous video we kept on keeping on with the Reen route. We fought a big monster down in the basement. It was very annoying, so then we came back. Well, we went to go get Elliot, then we came back and we won. It's probably my least favorite fight in the game just because it feels very railroady and influenced by RNG, which granted, most of the fights so far in Reen's route on this difficulty have been, you know, you need a lot of luck to win, but that one just felt worse to me, because it's basically you can only win with luck. Now, we were thinking about maybe swapping over to, I think, C's route, but we're going to flip a coin. Heads, we go ahead with Reen. Tails, we switch. So you'll have to take my word for it because I'm not going to pull it up on screen, but and plus I'm doing it on my phone. The answer is heads, so we'll do one more Reen video and then next time we'll switch to probably C. So take me to VQ Street. Heimdallr, VQ Street. What up? Both the Empress and the Princess have looked much more cheerful since the Prince's marriage, and now he and his Lady Cher are on their honeymoon. Knowing they're all doing so well really puts a spring in my step, but like, why do you care? They're just like some people. And plus they're royalty. Their lives are always good. It comes with the territory. The tram's more expensive than ever. I'm taking a walk in so I can save some Mira. This is all because the Empire had to pay reparations to the Republic, right? Why do we have to be the ones to suffer when it's the government that lied to us in the first place? I know there's no way of getting around it, but it still sucks. Be surprised how much of those travel expenses impact our finances at home. I know there's no getting around the price hike, but it still sucks. Well, I mean, what did you say again? Tram's more expensive than ever? I mean, I don't know. Don't invade other countries? A few weeks after the end of the Great War, my youngest son started attending Sunday school. Yeah, he's got a lot of friends and seems to be having a grand old time. Seeing the youngsters in good spirits is enough to keep me chugging along. I mean, it seems like she has the right idea. I mean, you should be mad at your government, not mad at, like, Calvert for forcing you to pay reparations. I must admit, it feels a little wrong to be out shopping while Crossbell's under siege and all, but at the same time, I've got to do something to keep my spirits up or else I completely lose my mind. All of which is to say that sales to the Dry Branch are great. Ah, good work out there, Sefa. You mentioned something earlier about an independence movement, though? How's that going? Things have been pretty rowdy with the protesters demonstrating in front of the shop and all that. Just make sure they don't actually declare their independence, or then, I don't know, fucking someone that you barely remember is going to show up and take over the country. It was fairly volatile for a while there. From what I understand, there have been attempts even without the government's intervention to de-escalate the situation. As a result, the instability is dissipating in an effort to gain the sympathy of the locals. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad to hear things aren't looking so hairy out there now. I got a feeling we have a certain someone to thank for tidying things up, but either way, we should count our blessings. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry. I do, though. I know what he's talking about. All that matters is that the Dry Branch is in good shape. Keep up the good work as a manager there. Thank you, I will, although it feels a little surreal to be called a manager these days. As far as I'm aware, Crow's in Dry himself right now. Howard must sense his hand in all this has been going on, however minor. Nah, man, Crow is pretending to be C again. That would be funny. If you're like, oh, I wonder who it could actually be. And then it's just like, I don't know, Crow's just like, I thought it'd be funny. What if I was C again? I mean, I still like, my real answer is that I think it's Rufus, but I do think it'd be funny if it was like Crow or even like Oliver. We were just like having a laugh. Guadalupe really took a 1-2 punch in dry thanks to the war and the Independence movie gaming heat. Now that things are stabilizing over there, though, our sales are looking up. I'm sure Sepha... Lady, are you okay? Because you're Sepha. It looks like she's got a good grip on things now. That's funny. Presumably that's supposed to be your dialogue. Hey, long time no see, folks. Things are rocky over in Dry. Thankfully the craziness seems to have subsided. Speaking of Dry, that reminds me of a certain someone from there. One day after the war, he just strolled into my shop. I heard the guy died, so you can imagine if my jaw hit the floor. Not that I was unhappy to see him, man. Take a lot's happened over there. It's good to see at least a little peace and stability return to the area for once. I don't know, it's just funny that... I don't know who this dialogue is to be for. That or, I don't know, I guess he just got either mistranslated or written incorrectly in the first place. I don't know. But it is funny. She just starts referring to herself in third person. Are you out of your fucking mind? 10% of Asian? What? This gives much lower defense, but like a ton of arch defense. I mean, that's probably worth, because magic is kind of fucking us. %10 evasion? Out of your damn mind? Why do I have oh yeah, Yuna was in our party. I don't know, for some reason I was like, isn't Yuna in fucking Crossbow? I don't have her shit. But that was the start of the game. I'm here to buy some new clothes for a trip and take with my boyfriend. Now that things around town are back to normal, I figured it would be a good time to visit Ortis. Sun must be really bright out there, huh? Better make sure to bring lots of sunscreen with me. I mean, the sun's bright everywhere, kind of. I mean, I know what you mean, but... 10% evasion. Pretty sure in the difficulty mods there's like nothing that gives that much evasion. Well, maybe like CS2. The CS2 was not... The CS2 difficulty mod was not balanced as well. Like it was a more rough product. What do I want here? Do we have any LaFortes on this squad? I don't think so. We don't. I wouldn't mind a LaForte. Okay, we wouldn't have been able to buy another Ivy Nail anyway. But that is one thing that would have helped for the Ghost, is having multiple Ivy Nails. But we just had the one. I think we get a LaForte. Or why is Impassion so expensive? I mean, it's a great move, but I don't know if it's 2000 CP great. Especially considering, I mean, you can get it with your Master Quartz already. We should buy this just in case we need it for trade-ins. Elliot, take an upgrade. You're my boy. Couldn't make a defense too. Probably should. We don't want to use our defenses. A shield too. It's only 5% more. Alright. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone, like, has shields already, so I don't really want to... They said we had 4 equipped. Okay, but we have 8, I guess. Because I guess because I was kind of confused by the thing, because I'm like, I feel like I don't have 8 shields, but now I think about it, everyone starts with a shield, and all the characters that aren't with us anymore would have had them dumped back into us, so that's how we have 8 of them. Because I was a little confused when it was letting us trade in, but it also said we had 4 equipped, but I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't have more than 4 shields, but yeah. So I guess we could have done that, but whatever. Gosh, your big brother's always leave me in charge of the store. He's talking about how great this is, but he's the only one who gets to skip out on work. You know what, though? I should be grateful things are back to normal. I'm willing to indulge my brother's selfishness for a little while longer. You really can't beat weather this nice. At the end of the day, all I really want to do is run the store with my little sis and enjoy some peace and quiet. But with everything going on in Crossbell, the thoughts of potentially being drafted again cast a bit of a shadow over it. And it'd be nice if things would just wrapping themselves up before they get any worse. Please, buy my fish. Or don't, I guess. It's kind of overpriced. It doesn't do anything, but give you 7,000 HP, which isn't really that much. I don't know what I'd do if I got drafted again. Well, I mean, I guess I'd go join the army. That's how that works, you know, when you get drafted. It'd be nice if things could just wrap themselves up before they get any worse. I'm just grateful things are peaceful again. How's it going? How's the quest to be the world's youngest homeowner? Welcome. You read the latest issue of the Imperial Chronicle? The former Governor General escaped from prison and appeared at Crossbell signing ceremony, and the SSS was defeated by the Edmund Defense Force. Lies. Propaganda. I heard the cover story was supposed to be a special feature on Crossbell's independence, but it all got revised. I just hope all this chaos doesn't lead to another war. Imperial Chronicle. Let's read this propaganda mag. As soon as I remember how to find it. Crossbell retaken by former Governor General. On March 15 in the afternoon, the signing ceremony marking Crossbell's official transition back to an autonomous state was disrupted by a group of armed soldiers. Within a matter of hours, the attacker claimed the entire territory, shocking the public across the continent. Ringleader, former Governor General Rufus Alberea. Based on footage taken at the scene, the insurrection was led by Crossbell's former Governor General Rufus Alberea, previously thought to be in prison. The soldiers themselves, clad in black, are believed to be remnants of the Imperial Defense Force who illegally occupied Crossbell City after the end of the Great War, as opposed to all those legal occupations that the army does. Along with the Governor General, they previously had been confined in Oryx Fort. New information obtained by the Imperial Chronicle has revealed that late at night on March 14th, the fort was besieged by unknown forces, allowing Rufus Alberea and the Imperial Defense Force to escape together. The fact that Crossbell was subsequently attacked and captured in the span of just half a day suggests that the armed takeover was both premeditated and highly organized. Or maybe the Rufus who escaped from the prison was actually didn't get there in time because he's busy cosplaying as an edgelord and messing around with Chickadee and Dude. Declaration of the United Nations. Outside communications to Crossbell were cut out in the aftermath of the assault. Prior to the blackout, former Governor General Rufus Alberea declared himself to be the new head of Crossbell, its supreme leader, announcing the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. As of present time, the motive behind the uprising and its connection to the deceased Chancellor Osborne remain uncertain. Airboning government denies involvement. Upon hearing news of the incident, Carl Regnitz, the provisional head of the Airboning government, hurried to make a statement on the matter. Though he acknowledged that security at Auroch's fort had proven to be insufficient, he fairly declared that the Imperial government had no involvement with Rufus Albarea's initiative and that the occupation was both unjust and illegal, as opposed to the previous occupation of Crossbelt, which was very cool and very legal. With the memory of the Great War still weighing heavily on the minds of the international community, well-informed sources contend that the Erebonian government is not in a position to directly intervene and that navigating the politics of the situation will prove difficult for the country's leadership. It's also proving difficult for the country that got invaded by their guys. Economic activity across Erebonia is stabilizing. The chaos of post-war events combined with significant reparations paid to the Republic of Calvert has seen economic activity across all parts of the Empire decline. Nevertheless, some select regions have begun to show signs of recovery, thanks to the combined efforts of the central government and 4 great houses, who are working closely to stimulate trade and the flow of goods throughout the nation. One economist, when asked to comment for the Imperial Chronicle, remarked, "At this stage, the country is pivoting away from a wartime economy. It'll take some time before it's achieved a complete recovery." 2 army divisions dissolved. In accordance with the ceasefire signed by the Empire, the Imperial Army will enter Phase 3 of its drawdown. As part of those efforts, the newly formed 21st and 24th Divisions will be disbanded, their members integrated into other divisions. Doing so will reduce Erebonia's military strength to a degree below where it was before enacting the National Mobilization Law. Though members of the manufacturing sector are pleased about its implications in mitigating its ongoing labor shortage, some members of the armed forces have voiced their disapproval. Furthermore, General Van Dyke officially announced yesterday his intention to resume his retirement once the drawdown and chain of command restructuring are complete. Calvardian presidential approval ratings remain high. The popularity of new Calvardian President Roy Grahamhart appears to have risen even higher after passing the massive war reparations received from the Empire early into his term on the citizens. The president, who took office at the beginning of the year and already enjoyed great support from the populace for taking a firm stance towards the Empire prior to his inauguration, appears to have beaten the approval record maintained by his predecessor, Samuel Rocksmith. Some political analysts remain skeptical of his long-term prospects, however believing such an impromptu stimulus may be a short-sighted decision that will do little to maintain the long-term stability of his administration. Gourmet tourism possibly on rise again. After being featured again in popular magazines and other publications, the concept of gourmet tourism, where travelers venture across multiple regional spots renowned for their cuisine, has gained renewed attention. In particular, younger travelers are turning out more than ever to eat their way through Zemuria, one place at a time. Impetus for this development lies in local tourism industry efforts to attract new visitors, which diminished as a result of the war. This led individual outlets to develop new menus in response, notably with a focus on limited time offerings. Readers who are interested in tasting them are therefore advised to do so sooner rather than later, lest such delicacies vanish for good, and the recipe books remain unfinished, sundered, never to be fully completed. Record holder. Rain! Seeing crew, an enigmatic soul. He's mature beyond his years, but his partner has him wrapped around her finger. A girl who's daring to display fools all. She's never thought her stuffed animal houses her deadly needles. Boys' love prevails. Ash's feedback on the 3rd volume of her romance series, to which he replies, "Oh hell no."
Business as usual here, even with the prince gone MIA.
The information blackout will only last for so long. We need to find a lead soon.
Agreed. We'll need to give this place a thorough look.
Hello. Oh, Brighton, I remember you. You're, dude's dad. Well, if it isn't everyone from Thor's. Remember correctly, he's Wayne, the weightlifting guy. Hello, it's good to see you. Looks like you're patrolling the capital. Is everything okay? As you can see, things are peaceful as ever. Even the tourists have returned. Haven't been any big incidents as of late. Well, other than the whole crossbelt thing, but who cares about them? They get invaded every week. Yes, instructor. It doesn't seem like the military police has been informed of the situation with His Highness or C's proclamation. Everything really is being kept under wraps then. Thank you for speaking with us. If anything changed, please let us know. Of course. I assume this is part of your special ops? Good luck, everyone. What are you doing? Why are you in my personal space? We're on patrol every day. There's been no big incidents. If pressed to comment on something, I'd only mention that Representative Regnitz has been mighty busy. I understand there's no getting around it since he's the current representative, but I do wish he wouldn't push himself so. As a father, I'm relieved Wayne moved up at school. I'm not exactly supposed to talk about this sort of thing while on duty, though. And with things in Crossbell, Jirai, and Northumbria still unstable, who knows what could happen? We need to stay focused and alert. I talk to you? No, don't run! Stay here! A few weeks after the end of the Great War, my youngest son started attending Sunday school. And he's got lots of friends and seems to be having a grand old time. Seeing the youngsters in such good spirits is enough to keep me chugging along. Before you know it, he'll be selling newspapers and trying to have a house of his own. Really brings a tear to the eye. Oh my, but it's serene! How wonderful to see you all again. I heard much about your exploits during the war. I read all about them in the Imperial Chronicle. Good to see you too. It's really been half a year. Things are more or less back to normal, but the fallout of the war remains, as you can see. The annulment of part of subsidiary aid, an increase in tram fare, our taxes are raised to time, and the countryside towns as well. Even the 4 great houses in the RF group are scrambling to raise money. The Empire's financial woes are downright palpable. Could you maybe sell all your mechs? God, no! Sacrifice the mech budget? Are you out of your frickin' mind? It's very important that we maintain as many mechs as possible. So it appears. You can even sense it in leaves. Fact of the matter is that neither we nor the Empire can continue as we once were. We must find a new way forward, alongside Representative Regnitz. Enter into a new era, I suppose. Better or worse. Your patronage today at Plaza Bifrost is most appreciated. Please note we aren't importing any products from Crossbow at this time. We are, however, still receiving shipments from other nations, so peruse or whatever. I wouldn't say the Republic's relationship with the Empire is particularly great now that the war is over, but hey, I'll take it. Even if the whole reparations thing has caused quite the ruckus. Thanks to the Republic's new president, things on the domestic front have stabilized, and we're finally seeing some normalcy. Though I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little concerned about things in Crossbell. Be this as it may, I intend to continue my job and support every expatriate Calvardian. Perhaps it's because things have settled down, but a wealth of entertaining books have been published recently. Foreign books once contraband are practically flying off the shelves. Would you by chance be interested in a book during your downtime? 3 and 9 is a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, why do they have a book, by the way? It's Alan and Bridget. Damn, he's good. You're the folks from the military academy. Fancy running into you all in the capital. I have no clue who you are. Leaves, you say? I've been so busy lately I haven't had a chance to visit Liza's cafe. Oh yeah, you're the bread lady. You're the lady who wants bread. Bread lady. Frankly, there's not even enough time to sit down for a coffee when you're raking in regular profits on the regular. Or record profits on the regular. It all started during the war. See, I used my car to help evacuate some capital folks. I ended up taking insurance. One thing led to another, and lo and behold, they all signed on. Things have been snowballing ever since. Can you blame them when the future's so uncertain? Yeah, business is boozing. Boozing? We're drunk as hell because we're rich now. But what I do for a nibble of Liza's latest bread? See, I knew you were a bread lady. That reminds me, Liza's Mentor runs a bakery here in the capital. I just can't up and head to Leaves, but there might be a light at the end of the tunnel for my munchies. And this guy right here, he just poured his heart and soul into whatever the hell she's eating, and being told that it's trash. I was like, actually, no, look at it, she doesn't have any food, so. Well, now, if it instructor Reen in Class 7. Given that you're all here, I assume classes have resumed without any issues? It's been quite some time. Your parents work at the cafeteria of the branch campus, if I'm remembering correctly. That's right, they both managed to return to work. That reminds me. They've been rather worried about the students of the main campus ever since the prince went missing after the war and all that. Students seem determined not to lose the branch campus, so it seems they're trying to figure themselves out. Are you supposed to know that? Oh, you're probably talking about Cedric. Yeah, you're talking about Cedric. I was like, what the hell? You're not supposed to know that information. Ada and Fritz in particular have really been dragging the rest of the student body along. Sounds like they're going all out. We can't afford to rest on our laurels either. Prince Cedric pretty much led the entirety of the campus at one point. After he left, the rest of the students chose to cooperate with us of their own volition. They really have grown quite a bit. I couldn't be prouder of my alma mater. Yeah, their own volition. What about the part where we had to like beat them up first? Just before the war started, I had the Kleist Company handling circulation of my goods. All hell broke loose and distribution slowed to a crawl. I was able to count on their routes to get meds to my customers. I heard some less than savory things about them, but glad I took a chance with our partnership. Boy, meds in demand. I ought to prep a voucher for Kleist & Co. before I make my next order. Tell you the truth, just before the war started, my back was killing me something fierce. Yeah, I was just about to say, aren't you back guy? So bad I couldn't even get out of bed. The moment the war ended, the pain went away. You wouldn't believe what I had to put up with. Folks accused me of faking it to get out of the draft. My back's been starting to feel a little funky again. I should probably get that looked at, huh? Back's a little out of whack again lately, so it's probably a good idea to pay a visit to the hospital. When I think about how the reparations have affected the Empire, I can't help but resent the Republic. Cringe, you're cringe. Sure, the Empire may have started the war. Okay, like, yeah, maybe we invaded their country for no reason whatsoever. But, like, really? They expect us to, like, you know, be held accountable for our actions? That's not Erebonian culture. It hasn't done any favors for the Empire and its influence over other countries. Yeah, it's not supposed to. You guys keep invading people, and nobody wants that to happen. How can a man of the Empire not feel disgraced, given that we've been at odds with the Republic for so many years? Well, why are you at odds with the Republic? Well, because my dad didn't like them, and his dad before him didn't like them, and his dad before him didn't like them. Where did our glory shuffle off to? Our ancestors must be rolling in their graves right now. You're cringe. Bet the Republic is feeling just wonderful and kicked us when we were down. I mean, they're probably just glad that, like, you know, you guys will stop trying to invade for a little bit. Little assholes. Yeah, what did we get earlier? Did we get a red emblem from meeting that guy? It was a crimson emblem. Even better. A crimson medal given to one who is fit to build a new era and Erebonia, right? Because these are the carryover things that we're not using. Because we're super cool. Yeah. Emblem me? I guess you can take that. What up? Is that Alan? Bridget? Hey, Rain, fancy running into you here of all places. It's been a while, hasn't it? Alan and I were just enjoying some quality time together between one of his missions. Sorry to interrupt. Does that mean the army's been keeping you busy? Pretty much. The armor divisions have been stretched thin due to being scaled back. But, like, what are you doing? The army shouldn't be doing anything. I'm doing everything I can to reduce the load on General Craig and Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. I still owe them a lot after the war. That's why I volunteered to travel around the Empire to serve as a Panzer Soldat drill instructor and work on communication missions. The whole reason I'm in the capital today was to make a report. I mean, maybe you guys wouldn't be having such a damn problem with the reparations if you downscale your military. That's the whole point of the reparations, is so that, you know, A, you're held accountable for your actions, and B, you won't be in a position to be friggin' invading people. It's about something that supposedly affects all the divisions. Seems a little shady to me. But we're covering all our bases just to be safe. What causes you to find it suspicious? I don't think he's allowed to share that. I'm not, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys ended up finding out on your own. I'll be surprised the Imperial Army reaches out to you when the time comes. Hearing that just makes me more worried about what they have you doing. Even the nobility's been stressed this year, with many families reorganizing their territories. My family's been helping coordinate. Father's been so busy that I had to help him, which means it's even harder for Alan and I to make time to see one another. Helps knowing we'll finally be able to hold our wedding once things calm down. No shit, but that's a motivator. I suppose it's about time you two tied the knot. Congrats. Thanks, man. I finally feel like a man worthy of being by Bridget's side after leaving the war behind. I don't plan on letting that change between now and the big day. Alan. Based on what we've heard so far from Alan and Emily, the armored divisions and the Air Force are both preparing for some sort of top-secret mission. Given the current situation in Arabonia, that must mean there were trying times during the war. We're in the past now. All I want is to make good memories. I'll let you and the others know when it's official. I'll be counting on each of you when the time comes. Hey, Reen, I heard you have a hand in that one development project. Oh, you know about that? I was asked to help because I was an awakener. It's still confidential, so I can't share too much. We might still need your help someday, though. Not like say anything to do with the current mess anyway. The current investigation takes precedent, but there's no reason we can't look forward to your help if something comes up. Yeah, understood. Might have to ask for your help somewhere down the road. I know I can count on you when the time comes. As long as you don't ask me to help you do any combat again, you little asshole. I don't think I forgot. I don't think I forgot what the hell you put me through. Your stupid, dying instantly side quest or whatever. The nonsense. Didn't you have to like give Alan the last hit, which was a huge pain in the ass because Alan also did 0 damage. They've been catering all sorts of businesses like crazy lately. Businesses have been booming, which is great, but sure makes keeping tabs on stock a challenge. Just a handful of fewer customers will be on Easy Street. That's all I ask. Peck me? Peck me? I would like to be pecked. So we're supposed to go to the Imperial Chronicle, so... Oh, yeah, we're supposed to go to both of these? My word, what could the former Governor General be thinking? The idea of unifying the continent is nothing but a pipe dream, in my opinion. Plus, I really doubt he plans on going to war with the Empire. I don't know what he's plotting, but I wish he wouldn't drag the rest of us into it. It says the country that literally just dragged the entire world into a war, like in the last year. Some folks from our place got drafted into the war. One of them was so traumatized that he still isn't back on his feet. That whole thing may have only lasted a day, but the scars run deep. That ice cream guy? Oh. I didn't expect you guys to be here. Well, we'll save Jusis and the other one for later. How's it only been 6 months as a war ended? I feel like it's barely been 6 weeks. Now Governor Regnan's acting as Chancellor. Former Chancellor's dictator-like laws are all but gone. But just when we thought things were going to calm down, look at what happens at Crossbell, shaking things up yet again. or how chaotic things are going to happen because of what happened to Crossbell. Yeah, stupid Crossbell always having their government overthrown by our troops. God, freaking assholes. Plans to get sounds fun. The long journey here from Northumbria was so boring. I really want to run around. Oh, so that's here. I was wondering if that was the parents there in front of the statue. I don't really know why it popped into my head, but the Artem parents. But then I was like, I don't see the kid. So I thought it was just two random NPCs. But that's probably them up there. Artem's here, so let's split up into 2 even groups and play kickball. Whoever loses has got to stare down one of the soldiers for 10 seconds. The military police seem very tense. I'm sure the team has to mess with them is in for a pretty severe talking to afterwards. It's only my problem, because my team is going to win. Arden said his family moved here from Northumbria to make money. He says it's way more fun to play with us, because they're not allowed to play much outside there. Salt's made it super empty out in the sticks, and cities are super worked up because they like want independence or something. Dad took me to Northumbria before, but it sounds pretty scary. At least we get to play together a whole bunch, so that's good. Down here, salt is a way of life.
The Emperor and Empress must be worried sick.
Princess Elfin has tried to put on a brave face at school, but deep down...
The sooner we can find them, the sooner everyone can rest easy.
Right. Let me know what I can do to help.
Here comes Class 7. I haven't seen you since we were all at Edel's Rest Lodge. Weren't you heading back? Oh, wait, no, you're the Northumbrians. Okay. Yeah, I forgot you guys ran the juice stand. Because those are just random NPCs in front of the tower plaza. Were you heading back to Northumbria when we last ran into you? That's right. The train started up again right after the war ended, so we managed it. There's been a whole lot of campaigning for independence there, especially how Crossbell went. Situation's calmed down for now, but it's still more heated than it was before. We came back to Erebony thinking it might be a bit safer and a good place to make a little mirror. Well, we did make quite a tidy sun during the summer festival, so I can't deny that played a part in our decision. We also came to learn that there are so many kind people here, like all of you and Edel, and I guess that's actually pretty much it. Thank you, although that does make me blush to hear. Unfortunately, it's hard to declare that Erebony is calm at the moment. Yeah, we figured that after Crossbell. Our sons make good friends here, so I think we're going to ride this wave after all. Either way, I imagine you're all going to end up as busy as you were during the war. So please stay safe. We'll both be praying for you. Same for you. Can I have some free juice? No. Coming to the Empire, let us meet Edel. All you and our sons made a lot of friends as well. So many Northumbrians hate the Empire, but I wish they could see the good people who live here the way we can. Well, I mean, the people can be good, and the government can still be awful. We couldn't let Artem play outside very much in Northumbria. It makes us so happy to see how much fun he's had since we moved here. Okay, you are just random civilians. Yeah, for some reason, I was thinking... But like I did, that was the first thought that came into my mind was the Juice people, so... I kind of somewhat had it right. That they'd be here. I remember getting really excited about the speech given here before the war. The more I think about how they all reacted, the more strange it seems. Why were we so eager for war? This area is just full of history, both good and bad. During the lead up to the war, I was fully convinced I could do anything to help my country. I sold all my family's belongings and voted my mirrors to the state. Life is, difficult now, to say the least. I don't know where I'd be without my friend here in Heimdallr. I'm not sure how I'm going to get out of this. Some might say I might never financially recover from this. I sold all my family's belongings and donated my mirror to the state. Life is difficult. I remember you. My wife and I are just itching to take pictures of the palace. Imperial family's been under a lot of pressure lately. The Crown Prince's actions certainly haven't been helping. The Emperor and Empress have been so sincere in addressing us with all that's been going on. Prince Oliver and Princess Alphen have been often seen touring the capital to learn how to better our lives too. Their efforts have moved me so much that I just came here to bask in the palace's majesty. And have I basked? You bet I have. I feel more blessed just standing here. This man is quite peculiar, but I'm certain hearing his words would make Her Highness happy. Is this new? I feel like this didn't used to be here. Am I crazy? I feel like these pillars weren't here before. I'm sure Her Majesty must be so relieved that the Emperor has a clean bill of health. Maybe even overjoyed at the royal wedding. A shame there was no parade, but I sent the bride and groom my love. The Imperial family is the face of Erebonia, so as far as this gal's concerned, their good news is our good news. Nah, who cares? They're just people.
Want a bite? Nice!
Time to catch the ultimate fish. The most powerful fish in all of Erebonia, whose strength will shatter the waves.
It's a whopper!
It is indeed a whopper, yet it's actually rather small. Bean? You liar? I'm afraid only authorized personnel are allowed beyond this point. Can I still talk to you? Ashley Chevalier in Class 7. Pleasure as always. His Excellency Representative Regnitz has requested that we give you our full cooperation. If there's anything we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Can I go inside the palace? And then he just runs away. I can't say no, but I can't let you in either. It's a dilemma. Now that the IDF is no more, we at the Heimdallr Military Police are responsible for guarding the palace. Though that may well change once the process of reorganizing the army is complete. Alright, you see. Well, let's go and see if you're gonna join us or not.
That was so good! Alright, we can officially cross Dreikel's Plaza off the list. I'm ready to hit up the next spot.
There's no need to be in such a rush. How do you still have space in your stomach for more?
Well, she's not a real girl.
You insult me, Jusis. I need to try all the capital's mouth-watering morsels. I can't throw in the towel this early.
You need to sample them all without eating more than your body mass in one sitting.
Says you. I'm still growing. I gotta eat.
I don't know. Do you grow?
Growing up has less to do with regular consumption and more to do with acting like an adult. Oh, hey guys!
Sir Yusi?
Counter-argument to that, by the way. If you want me to start acting like an adult, then you've got to start treating me like it.
Well, no, you have to act like the adult first, and then you can be treated like an adult. Because if you're just a child all the time, then, well, you're, you know, a child. And it's okay for you to be a child, because you are. You hear that, Jusis? He's a child.
How's a girl supposed to feel big without being called a big sister? Counter-argument to your counter-argument. That makes no sense. Yes, it does. Don't be mean.
I didn't expect you all to come this early. I see Elliot is already with you? Yeah, we just met up earlier. We're going around gathering info when we happen to see you here. Man, Elliot and Jusis, we're getting all my favorite dudes. All my favorite guys, all my favorite bros, my favorite, buddies. Elise wanted to help us out too, so that's why she's here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. It'll be a fine help. Need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. If anyone can tell, Elise is going to be a more reliable asset than you here. I think anyone can tell. Rude. Seeing them in a stall together takes me back to the summer festival. How was that only a few short months ago? Feels like so much longer. Can't imagine Rufus saw what Jusis saw what Rufus is doing either. Coming to has to be weighing heavily on him. This is maybe why you need to, if Rufus is evil and he's not actually cosplaying as Darth Vader, this is why maybe sometimes you need to do more to hold people accountable than just like punch them and say, hey, go to the world's easiest prison to break out of. The prison that we broke into as school children. Unless he has Millen to help take his mind off of it. Give Big Sissy some love. Please remove yourself from around my neck. We haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's 2 whole weeks! She whines, but she's not trying to escape. Yeah. This is how it always is with them now. Hey, you want to try some gelato or ice cream from one of the stalls? I'll treat you. The milk ice cream's super rich and tasty. I'll pass. I need to leave room for lunch. We're not having lunch, Altino. That's not in the budget. You're never going to grow any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum, Tilly. I've gained another reg on you since our last update. Unlikely. At this rate, you're going to need heels to get anywhere close to my height. Then again, I am older, so maybe I've earned it. One ice cream cone, please, with 5 scoops. Alright, you only allow 3 scoops maximum, then I'll take 3. But I'd appreciate it if you made them as big as possible. You really just want to lose this thing they've got going on, huh? At least they're bonding in their own way. Anyway, you guys gathered an intel or just on a date? No, don't character assassinate Jusis. Don't worry, Jusis. In my mind, you'll always be cool before the writers decided to make you a pedo. We were not standing idly by. We were certainly not on a date. We've been looking into the flow of goods in the capital. That would explain why you were visiting multiple shops and stalls. What have you learned then? Well, it seems like there's a lot of groups buying stuff in bulk lately. All kinds of stuff too. Food, ornaments. It's almost like they're getting ready for something. It is unusual. I could get panic buying in response to Crossbow's occupation, but lately implies before that. Yeah, the war's over and winter's still far off, so they can't be stocking up for the weather. And why? The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. When we started looking into them in detail, we discovered they were either startups or, even worse, boring. That and they all appear to exist in name only. Only adds to the mystery. You're already done with your ice cream? Was it good? Yes, I have to admit that. We're not here to discuss ice cream, though. If the buyers exist in name only, could we be dealing with cases of fraud? Actually, no. The transactions are legitimate. The sellers received their money, and the goods were dispatched. The other significant mystery is that there's no record of where any of those goods ended up. Intelligence Division has tried tracking some of these orders, but they all get forwarded all over the place for disappearing along with what orders, the other orders like this. They may have had better luck if they marked an order from the moment it's placed, but alas. Right, by the time they realize they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction's already long done. So, do we think who's ever doing this has gathered all the stuff they need by now? Probably. Sounds as though we're dealing with some very skilled criminals. Perhaps the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front is hoarding supplies? What is it? Nothing worthy of note. I was just wondering if it perhaps may lead to Crossbell's new Supreme Leader instead. It could. True. I just cannot fathom my brother would be so foolish. Have you met Rufus? I thought he finally learned his lesson. I mean, I don't know. I mean, technically, taking over a country for your own, I mean, I guess that's kind of a worse crime, or less worse crime than murder. I mean, as long as you don't kill people in the process of taking over the country, I guess that's not as bad as murder. So maybe he is improving. Maybe this is an upward momentum for Rufus. Makes no sense for me either. I haven't known him for that long, but even if we were both Ironbloods, I actually beat him in the Imperial Fortress. He seemed pretty much done. I think we're all under that same impression. Either way, speculating on what he's trying to do now serves us no purpose in the now. But Jusis, I have to ask, what were his thoughts on either A, Darth Vader, or Batman? Was he a fan? Did he think they were a cool aesthetic? Did you ever catch him at times looking into the mirror and saying, I am the darkness, I am the edge? Anything like that? No? Okay. I'll be sure to right his wrongs as his brother. Sorry you're going through this, Yusi. Right now, our primary focus isn't him, but the missing prince and princess. That doesn't mean we can afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbell, mind. I'm just not sure whether the crisis there and the disappearance are connected in any way. Whatever the answer is, when our focus inevitably turns to him, you won't be alone in confronting him. So don't try running off alone, alright? Don't worry, I wouldn't dare. I'm well aware there's only so much I can do alone. Good, because your friends are here to help you in times of need, and you definitely need us here. We're always here for you, Jusis. Well then, should we get back to gathering information? That would be wise. The more we can find, the better. Let's go, go, go! Me and little bunnies are ready to go. Indeed, we can't let the rest of Class 7 be the only ones working hard. And I'll be here for whatever you need. What if I need you to not be bad? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't think she's even that bad. It's just the one common encounter we've had so far she's very bad at. Because it was all magic attacks, and I'm pretty sure her Brave Order doesn't do anything. Because it says evasion, and I think magical evasion is a thing. I don't know. I guess I should have tested to see if it works for the magic attacks. I don't think it does, though. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at what you guys do. What is it that you say you do here? Arc Slicer? Pretty good. Pretty very good. Treasure Sword? Would have been useful, actually. Would have been useful back there. I mean, it's still only like a 40% chance to freeze, but would have been pretty decent. And then Platinum Shield. HP absorbed 20% for 2 turns. Yeah, I certainly know how HP absorb works. And then you give... Very good. This is something we need. Something that actually gives speed for more than 1 turn. And then White Decoration. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, you would have helped a little bit with that fight, but it still doesn't solve the issue of you do no damage once you cast Crescent Mirror a single time. So I don't really think, even if we had Jusis and Millium, that fight would have been any more feasible to do normally. Because the only thing that really is you could like freeze him, and the freeze does do a lot of damage. And you could do this to like not die. And 8 turns, 90, just, I mean, essentially invincible for 8 turns. Very, very strong. How much is like, it's only 4? It's pretty much, well, it's not better than Ebon Crystal, because there's still times where an Ebon Crystal is going to be, like, I mean, there's still going to be attacks, or like, if the enemy gets enough actions, that they will be able to kill you through 90%. Damage reduction. Alright, let's go... Chronicle me. And then we will call it at the next chance we get, and then we'll probably switch over to C next time. See what the hell's going on over there in Edgelord land. Oh, it's you two. Vivi and the other one, Lind. Well, 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 if it isn't Class 7. I had no idea you were in the capital. Hey, I missed you guys. We weren't expecting to run into the 2 of you here either. Is this a bad time? Everyone here looks really busy. Don't worry about that. I was just in the mood for a break anyway. Besides, there's no better way to get hot scoops than talking to you, Reen. Although I'm guessing your sister would have plenty of goss to share too, being the student council president and all. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh, I'm definitely asking to interview at some point, Ash, so keep an eye out for that. How does it feel to have committed murder, basically, and not had any consequences for it? I think we all know what will be done about that. You know, the only reason Ash beat the murder allegations is because the guy he shot had plot armor. Can't we just drop that? Yeah, I think that one's gonna stick with you. Either way, I think we've made you stand around for long enough. There's some chairs for meeting and like over there. Why don't we go sit down? I need a lot of chairs. Only some people get to sit. If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here anyway, Lind? Thought you were still doing your residency over at St. Ursula. I am, technically. I mean, technically you're not. Technically you're here. After I finished helping out at the branch campus, I started another year studying crossbow. While I was here in Heimdallr for a training session, crossbow got occupied, so here I am. That'd explain it. So obviously she decided to come spend some time with her favorite sister in the whole world. Insert joke about how she's her only sister. He's helping us with clerical work as a part-timer right now. Well, ain't your company a bunch of bleeding hearts? Well, even if they said no, I was just gonna make her pretend to be me. Either way, I win. That sounds very illegal. I wouldn't put it past her for a second, though. I mean, is it illegal? I feel like it's not illegal. Is it illegal to have someone pretend to be you and do your job? I don't think so. I mean, if you think about it, having someone else do your job for you is just like being a company owner. It's just being upper management. The former Governor General suddenly declared himself Supreme Leader of Crossbell? That's a shocker. The craziness you saw when you came in here is everyone trying to get a special issue ready about it all. So it's somewhat strange how little the general population has been reacting to the news. Everyone seems shockingly calm. I'm getting that impression during my time in the capital too. Well, I mean, it was like 3 months ago this exact same thing just happened, so I can kind of buy being like, we're desensitized to that shit. Okay, crossbow gets invaded or a coup, or there's monsters. They have a super secret magic weapon that'll blow us off the face of the planet. I don't know, man. I just don't look at the news anymore. I could see people thinking that. I imagine it's due to part the fact that no one is able to communicate with anyone over in Crossbell. Maybe the lack of immediacy is keeping the reality of the situation from sinking in. Has the Chronicle conducted any opinion polls on the issue? You sure have. I gotta say, I was surprised at what people thought the Empire should do in light of all this. Most people responded that we should try and avoid any major conflicts. That doesn't sound like criminals, traitors to Erebonia. Everyone knows a true red-blooded Erebonian's always wanting to invade other countries. Given the recent history of Erebonia, I would have assumed people would respond more belligerently. Maybe people are finally just sick of war. That would be my take as well. The Battle of Jormungand may have only lasted one entire day. The economic toll of reparations and the mental toll of those who are conscripted cannot be ignored. It's taken half a year for us to get to the point where life's finally starting to get back to normal, too. Indeed, people are still focused on securing their own livelihoods. Of course, that's just your average Erebonian's take on the issue, not the government stance. But neither the government nor His Majesty have cleared things up on that front yet. I tried asking the military for a statement a few times, but no dice. Now that I'm not surprised by. Still, thanks for the information. I feel like I have a better grasp of the situation now. You're very welcome. Now then, Reen Hot Scoop Schwarzer, why don't you tell me about how your little investigation is going? And don't play dumb. I know all about it. You do? Did they ask you to assist with the search of Evie? Not quite, but see, I first caught wind of it from a fellow reporter a little while back. Just a little rumor at that point, but I got right to work trying to corroborate it. Who was the fellow reporter? Hit of every source I had, from other reporters to fellow Thor's alumni like Edel, Fee, and Monk. Eventually, Major Claire realized I was hot on the story, and let's be real, at that point, she didn't have any other options other than reaching out to me herself, so that's how I know. That's something. From anyone else, that story would surprise me, but from you, Vivi, I suppose the last thing anyone wants is a uninformed, hearsay-based version of the story getting out. Yeah, true version's bad enough. The information was shared with me too because I'm helping Vivi out. Unfortunately, I don't think we know anything more than you do yet. You know, if we catch wind of anything, you'll be the first ones to know. So give us a call if you catch word of anything yourselves. Alright, will do. I wonder if the mysterious reporter that gave her the information is important. I mean, the main mysterious reporter we know is Nielsen. Times like this, I'm reminded just how handy it was when we had access to Round of 7. It sure made gathering information a little easier when we could all get in touch remotely, no matter where we were. I only wonder how Gaius is now that he's back in Nord. I was wondering where Gaius is. I mean, I kind of presumed he was in Nord, but yeah, he'll show back up again. Eventually, we'll get the Beetle Boys back together, and then, oh man, the Beetle Boys back together. Then the game's gonna be fucking sorry. I'm sure they love it. I went trespassing through here. Well, I don't care what they think. United Nations story is going to be the front page of the next issue. Do you have any sources on who might have info on the former Governor General? I can try, but I wouldn't expect much. This whole story is just out of left field. That sister of Vivi has really got a good head on her shoulders. Appearances aside, she couldn't be any less like Vivi if she tried. I wish you could take her on full time, to be honest. Right now we're just up to our eyes in work because of what's happening in Crossbell. I just hope we don't see a repeat of 2 years ago. Give us a shot if you hear anything, alright? Sounds like the government's going to issue another statement on Crossbell. I wonder if this one's going to include a reaction from His Majesty. Maybe not, given how prickly a situation this is. Have you finished speaking with Vivi and Linda already? Things are a little chaotic here right now, but make sure to, you're welcome to make us to yourselves at home. Damn it, I can't touch with anybody in Crossbell at all. What am I going to do? I need to gather more info. I need to see what the new president of Calvert's going to say in his statement, too. Did we double talk to you? It was reassuring to see that Lynn's here, even if it's just by sheer chance. I'm worried about Rex, though. I haven't heard from him since he left to take photos of the ceremony and the EDF appeared. Knowing him, I'm sure he's running around snapping pics like his life depends on it, so he's probably fine, but still. Times like this are reminded how okay, we did talk to you. I just forgot to talk to you. Alrighty, we are going to call it here. Next time, we're actually going to pivot over to C's route, since we'll probably have a cutscene as soon as we leave the Imperial Chronicle, and we'll probably do like just one video of C, just to kind of dip our toes into that, and then we'll maybe return to either Lloyd or Reen. But yeah, I'm ExtraCheesy87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.